Tonight I have 4 orders ready to go right now, and there are 2 others that are kind of in process. One was an auction that the buyer hasn't paid for yet. It says something I've never seen before on the eBay listing on the sold page. It says, so this auction, I don't do a lot of auctions, but this one I did as an auction. I only got 1 bid on it, so it probably wasn't the best idea, but whatever, this is sold. I'll tell you about it when I get paid for it and pack it. But the auction ended about half an hour ago, about maybe even an hour ago, and it says, and I've never seen this message, it says, buyer wants to shop more. They may check out early. Auto pay at September 3rd at 7 p.m. So I guess if they want to buy more from my shop, they have time to do it, and then I can offer them combined shipping. If they don't pay for it by September 3rd, it will just pay automatically. Today's August 27th, so that's about, how many days is that? Well, that's like a full week. So they've got a full week to pay for this, and then it will just auto pay, I guess. The other order that I'm hoping will ship out tonight is somebody bought something and then they canceled it immediately and said it's because they put the wrong address in, and they will buy it again right away. But the cancellation process takes a little bit of time. It's like, longer than you would like. I think it's already been about 20 minutes since I accepted the cancellation, and I'm just waiting for it to go through. Sometimes the item is automatically relisted after a cancellation. Sometimes I have to relist it myself, and then I will contact this buyer with the new link for the new listing. But it's taking longer than I like, and it's getting later and later all the time. It's already 9 p.m. So I don't want to be down here all night, so I'm going to just get started packing these 4 orders right now. Okay, so that cancellation went through, and the item is being relisted, so I'm going to contact the buyer right now. Okay, so I'm going to tell the buyer, okay, it says, hi, thanks for canceling so quickly. The new listing is up at, there's the link. That's enough for that. Then I will say, if you purchase it tonight, it will go out first thing in the morning, period. I put first think in the morning, that's kind of a funny phrase. First think in the morning. Okay, I think a lot of people have those first thinks in the morning. And then I'm going to send that message, and then hopefully by the time we're done packing these other 4 orders that I pulled, they're sitting over here. This 5th one will be done, and then ideally this other auction that went off tonight will be done too. So let's just quickly check orders awaiting. I'll just say all orders and see what we've got. Okay, canceled. Here's the auction, Cabbage Patch Kids. It says, like I said before, buyer wants to shop more. So hopefully they do. I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't really know exactly what that means, but we'll take it one moment at a time, and hopefully somebody will buy a bunch of stuff. Okay, I have 4 things right here ready to go. So let's get started with these and get this show on the road. So, okay, I have these are 2 paranormal magazines from the 90s, I think. Yeah, 1993, summer and fall 1993. This magazine is called Far Out: The Unexplainable, the Unusual, and the Unreal. So the 90s, I think, was a heyday of this kind of paranormal stuff. Like X-Files came out, and then the whole world went crazy for ghosts and UFOs and Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff. This episode, this issue is about Bigfoot in Idaho, aliens at the test site, fire in the sky. That's the movie, the alien abduction movie, must have come out around that time. And this says the granddaddy of UFOEs, UFOIES. I don't know, I've never heard that before. But I got a bunch of these magazines from a very small, strange thrift store that I came across. I'll have to look at my my listing, but I should be able to tell you exactly when this happened. It would have been February 2025. So I was heading towards a Goodwill that I don't typically go to. It's one that's a little bit far away for me, but I was in this neighborhood. I know of a Goodwill, and I have found some decent stuff there before. So I was going to go to that Goodwill while I was out of town doing something else. It's not that far. I mean, it's probably a 30-minute drive from here. I couldn't even tell you what town it's in, to be honest, but I missed my turn to go to this Goodwill, and as I was getting ready to turn around, I saw a sign that just says thrift store. So it's like in a strip mall, and it's just a big sign that says thrift store. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go check that out. This store has no name or anything. It's just called thrift store. So I went in there. They had just one guy working behind the counter, and he told me, don't pay attention to any prices. If there's anything that you want, let me know, and we'll give you a new price on it. So like, okay, well, good. And I found a whole box, like a magazine box, or like a comic book box, you know. It was filled with these paranormal magazines. I didn't do any research to see if they were sellable. I just assumed that they were. And so I brought him the box and started to count them. He told me $1 a piece. And so I started to count them. I counted to like, I can't remember, maybe I counted to like 34. And I think he just got tired of how long it was taking. And he just said, how about $20 for the whole box? I was already prepared to pay at least 34. You know, I would have been happy to pay $1 a piece, but happier to pay $20. So these didn't cost much. These two issues here of Far Out cost me together 72 cents. So if you can buy stuff for 72 cents, you don't have to get a huge return on that to make it worthwhile. So this is an item that's been sitting in my shop. I sold several of these lots like this, you know, the ones that were the same title. I sold them together, and I've sold several, maybe 6 or 8 lots of these. And this one has been sitting since, what did I say, February? Far Out. So it is, right now it's currently on sale. I have everything that's been in my shop for more than like 90 days or something like that. Maybe more, I can't remember. Everything is on sale for 30% off. Okay, so they said they responded to this message, so hopefully that means they are going to buy this item. But let's move this out of the way for now. I need the scale. So Far Out magazine didn't sell for an incredible amount of money because it's on a 30% off sale because it's been sitting around too long. But $13.29. It's 13 ounces. So $13.29 plus shipping. We're not going to get rich from this, but not bad. I don't think there's anything here today that's more than $20. So we have, you know, it's a 4 sale day, maybe 5 or 6 sale day if we drag our feet on this, but nothing of incredible value today. This is going to MD in Ohio, so it's going to be pretty close by, and that's not shouldn't cost too much. All right, next up we have some Craftsman sockets. I have a lot of these Craftsman sockets. They don't take up much space, really, but I just decided I wanted to get rid of them. And I can't even tell you for sure why I decided that, but I decided I want to get rid of them. So I marked everything down to like $5.99 and $6.99, depending on how many pieces were included in a set. And these sold for $9.99, 5 sockets. These are 3/8 inch drive. I don't know if they're metric or American. I think they're Americans, 7/16. So yeah, I have a lot of these left, and I just decided I want them to sell. You know, I'd rather have them sell for $9 than sit for a long time and maybe get 17 or whatever. They're worth more than $9, that's for sure. $9.99. So maybe I should go and rethink some of these socket listings and reprice them a little bit higher. But even at $9.99, they're not really moving that quickly. I thought when I dropped the price down, they would fly out the door, because people do appreciate these old made in America vintage sockets, and all the Craftsman tools that are older and that were made in America are high quality. You know, they don't make them like this anymore. Craftsman still exists, but they're not as good as they used to be. They're made in China or something, but these were made in America 15 ounces? Okay, step back. That feels like it's got to be more than a pound, but it says it's 15 ounces, so let's go with it. Now it says 1 pound. Oh, whatever. 15 ounces is really the same as 1 pound, so we'll just call it that. Let's see. I think that sale just came through. So how big is this? 9 by 6. I'll call it 2. And this is going to GT. This is just in Michigan, so another one that's not too far away. Should be relatively inexpensive. All right, I have a Coach. This is a wallet. I think it's called a long wallet. It probably has more names to it. Signature canvas monogram. So I think monogram is just the print. I don't know exactly, but I got this at a garage sale for $5. It wasn't until I got it home when I was looking at this closely and I thought this must have been a wrist strap that broke. So I didn't think it was going to be worth much as far as Coach wallets go. So I just listed it for $25. I think if it was in, you know, newer condition, it's probably, I don't know. Some of these wallets can be pretty valuable. This one I would guess is probably like 60, but I marked it at 25. Today I got an offer for 21. It's only been listed since the beginning of August, and it's, what did I say today was? The 27th? 27th today. So it hasn't been listed really that long, just less than a month. And it's only going to bring me 15 or, you know, 12 or $15. Oh, no, wait. They paid me 25. So I must have had it listed at $27.99 and they offered 25. Yeah, $27.99 I had it listed at. So $5 into 25, that's not a bad return on investment. I'm happy with that. I will take that. And I have a box here for it. I think it will fit in here. Will it? Wallet? Will it? Yes. Put this wallet in this box. Pack it up with some paper so it doesn't bang around in there. This is from a garage sale. There were quite a few other Coach items there, like purses and some other brands too. Can't remember for sure, but somebody beat me to them. They picked up these purses just as I walked up. So I didn't get them, but I did get this broken down wallet. Let's see. If we bought it for $5, we're going to bring $20 in. So we'll probably make $16 on this. If you stick around to the end of the video, I will break down total profits on all of these items and tell you how much money I made today. It's not going to be much, maybe $60, 70. 10 by 7 by 3. This is going to KW, Wisconsin. So everything is here in the Midwest. This might be a result of the increased postage rates. All right, who knows if this is the sort of thing that you should sell, but I had these earbuds, wireless earbuds that went in this case. I don't know what happened to them. I lost them somewhere along the way, and I just got to thinking, I wonder if people buy these charging cases, and it turns out they do. Not necessarily for very much money, but they do buy them. So I had these. This is a brand called Earfun. I'm sure I didn't pay much for these. I'm cheap when it comes to this kind of stuff because they're so easy to lose. So I probably paid $15 to $20 for these earbuds, $24 at maximum, I would say. So just for the case, I sold it for $9.99, and I only listed this like 2 months ago. What do I want to put it in? I don't really want to put it in a box, but it probably should go in a box. So let's do it. Not that one. This is too small. You're not really supposed to send any packages in the mail through the USPS that don't have at least 6 inches on one side. So I guess I'll use my good new boxes. So these boxes are 6 by 5 by 5 basically. I think that's why they make those the shipping labels, like these shipping labels are 4 by 6. I think they want it to be that one side of the box at least is 6 inches. So the labels are 4 by 6. So it's very easy to know if your box is too small. I know that you can send stuff in smaller boxes and it'll make it through, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna put this scrap of bubble wrap around this thing. It's not gonna do anything, but it's sitting right here anyway. Whoops, come on. My tape dispenser is giving me trouble, and I'm gonna ball this up. Whoops, in the middle of a ball of paper. There we go, good. So it's always a risk selling this kind of thing that somebody didn't read the title or the description or look at the photos and they think they're getting the complete set of earbuds when they're really just getting the case that you can charge them in. I know some people will go so far as to send a message afterward after somebody buys something and say, okay, are you sure that you want to buy this? But I don't do that. I want to ship these things out and get them out, and if there's a problem, I'll deal with it later. FK, this is just going to Illinois, just down the street, so everything is nearby today, very close. This is really nearby. Okay, I think that other sale came in, so let's go grab Ernest, the Balancing Bear from LR6C. So we're gonna go find him in the inventory here. I've got all these boxes, they're all labeled so I can find stuff easily. Shelves, this is just milk crates I've got zip tied together. I probably should screw that into the wall so that it doesn't come tumbling down. More open shelves here, and then this room is mostly open shelves. 6C, where's Ernest? I think is this sealed? No, it's open, I can show you. Ernest, I think I can. It's obviously mostly sealed, so it's in good condition. This has probably never really been used, a toy. Ernest, the Balancing Bear from Shilling Toys. I think this is probably a toy that's been around for a long time, and this version I would guess is from the 80s. So, okay, here's the instructions are still in here. This thing's never been taken out of the package. In fact, I can't show you what he does because he's still sealed, but essentially you put a string across the room and then Ernest rides his unicycle on it, balances. Pretty cool. Oh, here's some sticks for the strings to attach to. This is a cool old-timey toy, but I'm not going to open him up to show you how he goes. I'm just going to send this to a guy. It's pretty long. I don't know if I'm going to find a box that's appropriate, but I got a lot of new boxes today. This is all filled with new boxes. I ordered a ton from Zorro.com. You see all these here. I found a 20% off coupon, but you had to spend, I think, $150 to get the 20% off. And I figured we're coming up on the fourth quarter rather. So hopefully I'll get a lot of sales, and I want to be set. I want to have the boxes I need when I need them and not be scrambling at the last second to find boxes. Okay, let's try to resize this box really quickly. I'm gonna make a mark here and then use my ruler. I think I can make that mark at 16 even. That's easier to deal with. 16. Flip it this way. 16. I had a little tool. It's right here. This tool has a wheel on it, perforating wheel that you can make creases with, but it broke. So I'm going to go to the hardware store and try to repair it. I think I've only got about $1 or $2 into that tool, so it's not that big of a deal. But I kind of want to fix it just for the sake of it. This is the way I used to do it in the old days. When I didn't have a tool like that, I would just slightly cut the cardboard to make a little, I just want to make a score, and that will make the box fold on that line easily. Now we got these flaps we need these open. I think I need a new blade on this knife. Well, that one was smooth. Then this one was hard. Who knows? Okay, so I'll just put a bit of tape there where I scored this box so that it has a little bit extra strength. Okay, close it up. So now we've just resized this box to make it so this bear will fit in here, which I think it's gonna fit almost perfectly. Okay, I'm just taping it up, and then we'll flip it over and get Ernest in there. It's a little bit crooked, but it's gonna be fine. So there we go, perfect size box for Ernest. We'll give him plenty of padding so that he doesn't get damaged. It's good that these people recognized right away that they had the wrong address in their eBay account. She said, or he or she said, we just moved and forgot to update our eBay account. So pretty good that they're on top of that. It's surprisingly common for you to ship something. It's already in the mail and then have the buyer say, oh, oops, I accidentally gave you the wrong address. Can you send it to here instead? And I mean, once it's out, there's no fixing it. And even before it's out, the only real solution is to cancel the sale and redo it, because I don't have any protections if I mail this to an address that's not the official address on eBay's account. I would lose all protection if somebody was just trying to scam me or Let's see. You know, if they said it never arrived, my tracking number is going to be useless because it's going to be going to an address that's not the address on file. So if you're ever in that situation and you accidentally buy something at the wrong address, just ask the buyer to cancel it and then update your address and buy it again. That's the easiest solution for everyone. And if you do it quickly, you know, the box won't be in the mail and you won't have to worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, let's get this finished. So I thought we were gonna only have 4, but then we have 5, and then I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that this auction will get paid for before the end of the night. This is something I sold for somebody I work with, so I'd like to get her money as quickly as possible, even though it's sold for very little money. I'm only gonna be giving her $7 or $8, I think, by the time we split the profit. But this is a grouping of Cabbage Patch Kids that she was going to donate to us to a thrift store or something. So just at the last minute, she asked me if I thought they would be sellable. And I told her, you know, they're sellable, but you know, they might not be top dollar or anything like that. They're like 90s Cabbage Patch Kids, so they're not like, you know, high value ones. I sold all 5 of them. It was a lot of 5. I sold all 5 of them for only $20. Look, I cut myself somehow. I don't have any band-aids here. Here's something I should learn. Get some band-aids down here. I've got this whole slat wall up here just waiting for a little cup like this with some band-aids in it, so I'm going to try to remember to do that tonight. This is the 3rd time today I've cut myself. 2 of them were at the same time. Okay, Ernest looks good. Where's my marker? Ernest weighs very light, heavier than I thought. 1 pound 6 ounces, so called 2 pounds. This is 17 by 6 by 6, and the buyer is CK in Missouri. So 6 months or a year ago, I would have said the vast majority of my packages going out were going to California, but since the postage rate went up, it's much more likely for my packages to be here in the Midwest. You know, I was getting a lot of orders from California, from Florida, from Texas, and from New York. Those were the 5 top. I would say, like, if I packaged 10 items, at least half of them would be going to one of those 5 states. But now it's a lot of Missouris, a lot of Michigans, and I think it has something to do, well, there's 2 things. One could be the postage rate went up and people don't want to pay that much to ship something to California. The other thing is that eBay changed its terms of service, and they put some stuff in there about how they're going to be showing your listings to the people that they believe are most likely to buy it, and not necessarily to everyone who's searching for the item that you're selling. So that could be it too. Like, maybe the people in California don't even see my listings because eBay knows the shipping is too high and they're not going to pay that much for it. So who knows? A lot of conjecture. Okay, I'm going to buy these labels right now, and then I'll come back, tell you exactly how much each of these items made and how much money we made total for today. So hang on for 1 second. Okay, these 5 packages all have labels. They're all going to go out in the morning. I've already requested a porch pickup. This little box with these earbuds in it, I did shrink it down a little bit. I adjusted it after I shut the video off because it was considerably cheaper just by dropping it down from 5 ounces to 4 ounces, made it like $2 cheaper. So that was a good. I don't often, once I've got them all packed up and finished, I don't often go back and change things. But it was like $2. That'd be crazy to not drop that height of that box down and make it a little bit lighter. So that means at this point, I ended up making $8.17 on those, on that earbud case, and I only would have made $6 if I hadn't done that. So even $8 is questionable whether it's worth doing it, but this is something I was going to throw in the garbage if I didn't sell it, so I might as well sell it. Okay, Ernest the Bear, we'll go back to him. I didn't tell you much about him. I paid $3.30 for him at the Goodwill, and it sold for $29.99 plus shipping. I've got to check this shipping fee here. I got something wrong. Oh boy, this is going to take a little bit of time. Go to all orders. I just put the wrong amount, the shipping cost in here. I think I think it's probably $7.34. Okay, $7, 7.34. So, okay. Ernest the Bear, I paid $3.30 for him. Sold him for $29.99 plus $7.34 shipping. The actual shipping cost was $6.34, so we make $1 on that. eBay fees were $4.90, and then I had a promotion on that, so that was another 83 cents. So Ernest the Bear, after everything was said and done, earned $21.96. Does anybody know how to tell OneDrive? I don't care about it, and I don't want it to tell me anything. It's always popping up stuff about you should be putting your things on OneDrive. Like I'm never ever going to do that, so please stop asking me to do it. I'm going to put a function in here and add all this stuff up while I'm talking. So okay, Far Out magazine. These are the paranormal magazines. There were 2 of them. Sold that for $13.29. So after fees and everything, we made $9.62. So that had a cost of goods and a promotion fee and an eBay fee. So all of this stuff adds up, and it did drop that down to $9.62. The Craftsman sockets, sold them for $9.99. That means $7.25 profit, so not great. The Coach wallet sold for $25. I paid $5 for it, so in the end that earned $17.67. And then I already told you the earbuds earned $8. So today's profit is $64.67. So not a great day by any means, but it is only 9 o'clock, 9:45. So hopefully we'll get another sale or 2 tonight before the end of the day. I'm not sure that we will. That doesn't happen all the time, but when there are sales that come in after hours, I always put them in the YouTube post section, so I can just post a picture and just some text about what sold overnight. So check that out if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. I am making a video every day and telling you all of the secrets about how much money I made and how close I am to my goal of $50,000 for the year. I'm not that close right now. I think I'm just halfway there right now, and it's the end of August, so we've got September, October, November, and December. We got to make another $25,000. It's probably not going to happen, but if you follow along every day this year, you'll find out if it does. So, all right, thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye.